Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Latoya. Welcome to a Manifest That Shit podcast. We are going to be talking, of course, about manifestations, but also about how you can make your life your business. We're going to be digging deep and talking about passion, purpose, and profit. So stay tuned for this upcoming episode. What is up? Welcome to the season 3, episode 3 of the Manifest That Shit podcast. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have something extremely powerful to share with you guys. So, as you see, today's episode is all about how to overcome fear and step into courage. I dedicate this very, very special episode to Miss Rose. She was my speech and debate teacher who I found out just recently passed away. May she continue to shine. The heavens have truly gained a spiritual being who's lived her purpose and who trusted the universe to take care of her, trusted herself, most importantly, and her family. Who overcame many barriers and started over not once, but twice, 3 times over. And I just want to say God bless her beautiful spirit. She was somebody that was extremely important to me because, let's see here, I was a freshman in high school. I had her class. There in her class, I had met a friend that impacted my life. And then I also had a, love at the time, a great love at the time. And so Mrs. Rose was really a huge part of shifting my perspective and really giving me a challenge to step into my power at a very young age when it came to public speaking. And public speaking was something that I had done for a really long time. My mom put me in Girl Scouts, pageants. So therefore I, kind of stepped into my role, but also my gift into this world, which is to talk, the power of speaking. Using my throat chakra is something that is extremely important to me. This energy and the vibe that we all are able and capable of giving. And Mrs. Rose, she had such a subtle but stern and soft way of speaking to her audience, speaking to her class, and getting a message across without necessarily cutting you down, right? Without being harsh. And it really gave you such strength to really get to a place where you could understand that you were just not in her class or came across her as an individual, but truly you were there because you were in her presence because of a bigger purpose that you had. And that truly is a God-given path, right? That crossed for me and many others who knew her so well. So I dedicate this Power of 3 episode to her. When I found out the news, it struck me as, of course, going through any type of grief, right? When you hear that somebody that you really had a powerful effect on you has passed. The first thing that came to mind, obviously, is just wanting to choke up and cry. But the other thing that came to mind was the conversation that she had with me in regards to the person that I had loved at that time. And I cared for. very much, but it was funny because we were such good friends. We weren't necessarily, everybody thought we were boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were really like extremely, really good friends, and really good friends till this day. And so, shout out to Jermaine. Thank you so much. He actually helped me with the intro, the music, this powerful music that you hear. And, he's not only a creative writer and rapper, but he has also a gift that Mrs. Rose was able to really impact in his life and make a huge difference. So thank you, Jermaine, so much for continuing to be a good friend. So let's get into how exactly do you put trust into the universe? We often struggle with fear. We deal with fear every single day. We face it when we look ourselves in the mirror, when we are, the guys are putting on their cologne and their ties or their shirts. We deal with fear when we're ladies putting on our makeup, doing our hair. We're constantly in the place of judgment, and we don't know what we're going to come out into the world, what our day is going to look like, what news we're going to have. But we hopefully try to move and maneuver in a positive manner, and try to think better of ourselves and what we would like out of ourselves and our goals to accomplish on our path. And so when you're putting out into the universe exactly what you want, how great your day you want to have, any good vibes that you want to have, it's really important that sometimes you evaluate if there is fear attached to these common goals that you have that you're looking to accomplish, right? Sometimes it's good to have that fear. I think people fear, if that makes any sense, and they're scared. I think that there's a bad, fear has a very bad vibe, right? But really, if we used it to strengthen our path, strengthen our goals, to encourage us, to move us forward, to help to heal ourselves, heal our mind, heal our body, heal our spirit, I think that we would become closer friends with fear. I believe that that saying, keep your enemies closer. I think that fear is one of that. It is exactly that. It is an enemy, right? Because we ourselves have battles within us mentally that we're continuing to block our dreams and not step into the trust that, hey, guess what? The universe does have your back. That God or whomever you believe in, that your ancestors, whoever you believe and you trust in, that truly has your back. I've had many instances where I've just said, you know what, I need to release and I need to let go and I need to fall back. Sometimes that's what it takes. You got to fall back and let the universe do its work and not be the person that's pushing for something to happen. And then it does happen, right? The fear part does happen because we're constantly in our heads and manifesting what we fear. And I think that how we overcome it is not as simple as what people think. First of all, it starts with your spirit and with your mind. You got to cleanse and you got to clear. And what I mean by that is you have to find a way to cleanse shit in, shit out, right? All the things that we have not only mentally blocked, but the negative self-talking. I talk about this with my clients and I talk about this a lot. The negative self-talk has to stop. It's so ingrained generation after generation after generation. Just imagine the saying, oh, I'm going to expect something bad first before I expect something good. That one saying has carried from generation to generation, from mouth to mouth, place to place, to referral. And the thing is that even in business, if somebody is referring business to you, it's a good thing, right? It's not a bad thing, but it becomes a negative thing when you can't even fathom, oh my God, I'm walking in the path of negativity. I'm allowing fear to take over. I'm allowing that bad things are going to happen. And I'm not even giving myself a chance. I'm not giving myself a chance to succeed whatsoever. So how do we overcome that? So we shit in, shit out, cleanse. And I'm talking about a diet cleanse. I'm talking about a mental cleanse. I'm talking about cleansing our spirit and our mind, the things that you read, what you eat, how you speak, how you talk to others, how you talk to yourself, the music that you listen to. These are just 5 things, simple things that you can implement in your day to change or to back up on. Sometimes I'm driving in the car and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of listening to all this talk, all this chatter. I'm like, or maybe I need to get pumped up one day and I'm listening to, Jay-Z to get me pumped up. Or I'm listening to Busta Rhymes. Well, sometimes I don't want to listen to that shit all the time. So I detox from that. And I'm like, okay, let's listen to a little smooth jazz. Or let's listen to some salsa music. I need something to help to lift my vibes, right? These are things easily that you can implement in your daily life. I'm going to go there with you guys, even when it comes to colonics, taking your vitamins. These are things that you can implement to cleanse and clear you inside and out. And why do I say this is important? Just imagine, for those who do not eat meat, you'll agree with me, but that fear is instilled even in the meat that you eat. So some people pray over it, which is great. I think you should absolutely have a positive mind, body, and spirit, even when you eat. And if you do eat meat, let's just say you have organic meat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, change the way that you're doing things and recognize what you could be doing all the way down to the food that you eat. Are you drinking too much soda? Maybe you're having too much, you're hyped up on too much coffee, or you're getting those energy drinks and you're drinking those and you're manipulating every single part of your body, but you don't even know it. You have no clue because you're so used to the okie doke. You're so used to the usual. These are all things that instill fear rather than instill courage. So if you're working out and you know you got to work out, don't only work out your body, because I see all these people who are fitness competitors who work out in the gym. But the thing is that you can work out all damn day, but you still have fear. You're still living in fear mentally, and you're not even achieving the goals that you should be achieving. You're still cutting yourself short. So how are you going to take the risk to honor yourself to the core? How are you going to honor your truth? Well, this is how we're going to step into courage. We're going to step into courage together, because guess what? I am about to embark on a journey, you guys. As you know, I have my coaching business I've had for a few years, and I'm transitioning. I'm not getting rid of my coaching business. I'm going to continue to obviously business coach, because that is what I do as an online business expert. But I'm also getting into starting my own digital marketing agency. This is a whole new game. This is a whole new beast. Just giving you as an example. I'm embarking on stepping into courage with being a new mom, and trying to do the best that I can to make sure that I provide and I give a solid foundation to my child, right? So how do we step into our power as a woman and as a man? There's some big decisions that we have. And sometimes these decisions, we don't have a choice. And I feel like even I've played myself. I've played too small because I've sat there and thought, my waist isn't small enough. My hair isn't long enough. Maybe my boobs aren't big enough today. Am I enough? These are some of the things that you continue to ask yourself, but because you're living in fear, you can't even think straight. But it takes courage to stand. It takes courage to speak. And when I started to stand, when Miss Rose came to me and told me, Latoya, I think that you should go up against basically these seniors, even though you're a freshman, and go to the Rotary Club, and you should talk and give a speech. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? No way. But I took the challenge. I didn't allow the barrier, and I trusted what she saw in me. And this is something that has been coming up very often. If only the greatness that is within you, if you could see what others saw, if you could move past your pain and step into your power and fully explode and massively shift and change, you would change the world right where you're at. If I saw myself the way that my ancestors, my spirit guides, how God sees me, then I can come and do what I'm supposed to do and make change happen. You can make change happen right where you are. I haven't even talked to Miss Rose in years. But that moment of going and coming up with my speech, I ended up winning second place, and I would have beat out that senior, which it was also a man. I would have beat him out had I not stuttered, had I not hesitated, had I moved forward 1 second more boldly. I would have beat him out because my speech was so heartfelt and it meant more. But because I hesitated, it stopped me from moving into first place. And so my declaration to myself in 2019 is, in order for me to move forward boldly, I need to not give a fuck. And neither do you. Excuse my language, but it is what it is. No fucks given, unapologetically, moving forward forcefully, powerfully, boldly, quick, because we don't have time to allow fear to eat us up. That is what the life that Mrs. Rose had and the impact. Because guess what? We don't get a second chance. Again, we move on to the next part of our life, our path. We don't know what we come back as. Like, that's just what I personally believe. Some people may believe that this is the last life and that's just it. But I believe that great people who make a difference can impact while you are here, living, breathing. You have a chance. You have good health. Let's take advantage and let's move the fuck out of fear and let's step into our power. Let's not hesitate and take action anyways, because guess what? My grandmother always told me, where there is a no, there is a yes. Where there is a no, there is a yes. Where there is fear, there is courage. Where there is hate, there is love. Shall I go on? When are we going to continue to step up? When are we going to lock and hold hands spiritually, energetically? Good vibes all damn day to start changing and shifting this world. We don't have to go out and volunteer and be Martin Luther King or, any of these amazing philanthropists. You don't got to be the Pope to make change happen. But we can do it individually, one shift at a time, stepping from fear out of courage every single moment of the day, taking a deep breath and giving ourselves the opportunity, meditating, taking care of our bodies, our health, our mind, everything. And we can trust. Because let me tell you something about trust. Trust is a motherfucker. Because if you just trusted a little bit more, if we just trusted a little bit more, we'd gain even more happiness. I believe that when you seek truth and you have truth, that holds the key to happiness. Because guess what? There is truth in love. There's truth in courage. There's also truth in fear. So what are you going to do with your life? How are you going to move forward? I ask that you make a declaration, that you give your emotional resignation letter. I share this with my clients all the time. It's the first thing that I do before they start doing the work with me. Give your emotional resignation letter. You need to let the universe know what you're not going to do and what you're going to do and what you're going to step into. You may not know exactly the path, the plan, all of that, but let me tell you something. When you have passion and purpose, you become abundant. You become prosperous, profitable. That's what Mrs. Rose's life has taught me. I wouldn't be here, a girl who just moved from Georgia, landed at my dad's, single parent, raising a girl who had just been sexually abused, just trying to live her life and get out of the bullshit. I had found freedom. Freshman year was like the best. Freshman and sophomore year were like the best years of my life because I was able to be myself. I was able to gain back my power that somebody had taken from me. Didn't even give me an option. Just took. But I trusted myself and I trusted the universe to put me in the right place at the right time in the right hands. And I'm grateful for that. Mrs. Rose saw something in me and in the other person, and she was right. We turned out to be some damn good people. There were just a few of us, I tell you. But we turned out to be some great, great people who are living our lives purposefully and passionately, and who are just trying to make a change, make a difference, and make it in this world before it's too late. And I say it's never too late, but at the end of the day, we all got an expiration. So how are you going to leave a legacy? How are you going to make a change? I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for listening, for taking the power of 3. Whatever 3 means to you. 3 is my lucky number because it's everywhere and everything. You can choose to move forward boldly, courageously, and unapologetically. And I pray and I hope that you do. Because you deserve it and you are enough. Well, we got deep on season 3, episode 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure that you subscribe and you also leave a review because we need all that love. And stay tuned to the next episode. Until then, be fearless. Live boldly. And I love you. And I love you, Miss Rose. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today's episode of the Manifest That Shit podcast. If you are interested in getting your side hustle into a true business and stop treating your business like a hobby, then sign up for the How to Work Like a Boss and Make 10K. It is a free guide just for you that I created. And in this, it really gives you the exact steps that I took in order to create that passionate, purposeful, and profitable business. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. And last but not least, leave a review. give me those stars and leave your comment. Let me know what topics you would like to hear next time. And definitely, if you're interested in booking a free business strategy session with me, go ahead and also click the link below. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure that you make your life your business. Bye, Boss Babes.